Oh, all right, guys. What's going on? Today's Thursday. That means that we have a date. And the question is, do you need or must you rely on a green card lottery for your American dream come true? And we're going to be discussing this topic from different angles. And most alternatively, the alternatives to the green card lottery and what need or must be done in order to increase your chances of getting your green card. Okay? But before we begin, let's go over the fresh approvals in the cases. And we have a bunch of approvals for the past weeks. Let me address a few that I really liked. All right, so the first one is EB1A for a software developer from Russia. And his specialty was on automatization systems for businesses. So basically, he was the one to create the platforms for data gathering and data mining, and based on the data, creating the automatization processes for companies. Really good case. There was no problem. Filed and got an approval. The second EB1A is for talented businessman, also from Russia. His case is interesting because he's a pretty young guy. He's around 23, 24 years old, which is unusual. Usually, our clients, the age range is between 28 to 72. Okay, that's when it gets. That's when you get enough data and recognition and achievements when we can go with EB1A. But look, there are exceptions to this, guys. So there are some younger clients who also get approvals with us. All right, O1A for our clients from Pakistan. Really good case. 7 criteria, which is unusual for O1. That's closer to EB1A case. But we needed to make sure that our client gets an approval because he's here in the US and we had to change his status, which happened at the end of the status, a pretty stressful environment. So with almost no risk, filed the case, got an approval for the client's own company. All right, let me see what else. Another EB1A for a client from Kazakhstan. He is a businessman in the field of pharmaceuticals. Guys, pharmaceuticals is really good cases when they get them approved. All right, and let me touch on one more, guys. EB2NIW for our client from. She's also from Russia. And her proposed endeavor is the hotel for cows. Okay, I just love this case. I love this case. It's very unusual. It also has to do with agriculture, and you guys know agriculture, AI, and pharmaceuticals. You know those are the top three, and medicine in general. Those are the top buzzwords for immigration officer. And this hotel, they also produce organic products and use it as a hotel. So if you guys have a cow, and I don't know, Dexville, if you have a cow. Bring it to that hotel. She's gonna spend there a week enjoying the weather. She's being brushed and washed, giving organic food. She's just enjoying the company with other cows, and You know, I just imagine, this cow, and they give her the massage, and she's just mooing with enjoyment. So that's the case, and of course, I love this kind of cases. The farms, the animal hotels. We have this a recent DB5 filing case that they have the blueberry farm. That's the case for the approval. All right, so let's see. Daxwell says, thank you, Stanislav, for getting my case approved. Really happy with the results. There you go, guys. Happy client means that I'm also happy. I would really like to appreciate your confidence and help in the case. All other firms said we cannot build the case and you don't qualify, and you did it. There we go, guys. Daxwell, really happy for you. Really happy, and I had no doubt from the very beginning. And you guys know that I don't take cases that I don't believe in, right? So I'm not one of those attorneys who will take any case that you have, right? They will take any case, and the motivation behind it. Okay, if I don't take it, somebody will. All right. So I'm not like this. I'm taking the case that I know I will get approved. Of course, sometimes things happen, but we stick to the clients all the time up to the end. So, Dexpel, happy for you. Okay, there's more stuff. Dexpel, pay stubs. As you know, we filed on my LLC, which is young and would be difficult to pay me. Although I will try and manage how serious is this, and after EB1 we are free from pay stubs, right? So basically the company is kind of it's your company. It's your company, yes. But for the purpose of O1, you have two different hats as the company owner and as an employee. So the company is responsible to pay you the salary, and of course, the first a couple of months that may be difficult because you just start building your startup, but then we want to see we want to see the pay stubs. I've never seen in my career when we transition from O1 to EB1A the request for evidence to get the pay stubs from O1, the prior O1, but I know those exist. I know they exist. I've never seen them for 10 years, right? So what are the chances? But we know for sure, and how I know it. At one of the conferences, AILA conferences, there was a USCIS representative, and she mentioned that those pay stubs from O1A era of your career are discoverable. They may discover it, How they gonna discover them? They're gonna send a request, okay? So I don't, based on what I'm saying on the data and my experience, the chances of getting those discoveries, the requests for discoveries, are pretty low. Does it mean we don't have to do this? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We want to remove all kind of problems or risks or difficulties from the case to make sure that we have a smooth transition to the green card. Okay, so Dexpel, do your best to get those pay stubs going. Number 3, wanted to ask that I only have the online approval and I-797 in hand. No I-797 in hand yet. Same for wife, daughter have 539 online approval, no paper notice. Can we travel across state via airport? Absolutely, absolutely. I thought you were leading somewhere else, but yeah, traveling is no problem. I don't believe your family has a 539 approved yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dexpel. Usually you get approval first and family within 2 to 3 months. Okay, but once you get approval, it's a matter of time they will get the approvals. Your case was approved, and you said it's approved. Okay, good. So if they all approved, wait for the notices for within the next 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks, and that's actually unusual when they approve at the same time. It's very unusual. Maybe they're changing something. It's like it's something new coming in. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see approvals at the same time, because that's what I want to see in a petition. So yeah, wait for the green papers. We're gonna get them, and you're gonna get them. The company's address, pretty soon, 2 to 3 weeks. Shannon says, love the approvals coming. Hope to get my E2 from you. Absolutely, Shannon. I don't see any reason why we won't get E2 approved for you. E2 cases, guys. And by the way, guys, the topic today is alternatives to the green card. So basically, what we're discussing right now, the O1s and E2, those are the alternatives. And ask Daxpel, guys, how busy he was with his O1 case. But you already know, and you guys, of course, have analytical minds, many of you, if not most of you. So Daxpel says he went to a bunch of attorneys before he went to me. And then basically told them, look, you don't qualify. Okay? So go. go. Don't bother me anymore. So that's basically what happened. I'm not that type of attorney who's going to shut the door on you. Okay? I'm the type of attorney who's going to tell you what exactly needs to be done in order for us to get the approval. Okay? And now the ball is on your side to tell me, Stanislav, I can do this. I have the power, the strength, the motivation, and the finance to get those things done. Okay? And if I hear that from the client, that's the green light for me. Okay, that's the green light for me. So it's not about whether you have a case now. It's about what needs to be done to have the case in 6 months. All right, we're gonna go over it in more details. Okay, so yeah, Daxpel, it looks like they changing the system, because trust me, just 2-3 months ago it wasn't like that. The 539 change of status COS petitions for the family. Usually 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months. Jamie, do you recommend getting O1 first for a PhD or a straight EB1A? First of all, Jamie, once I hear PhD, and I think I already mentioned it to you, but I want to make sure that other people hear it. If I hear a PhD, that for me it's equal to a green card, okay? Just as a nature of what needs to be done for PhD is kind of, you got everything for the green card. So unless the time is of the essence and you have an employer or you want to use your own company and you just need to come and start working as fast as possible, unless that's your thing and that's your task to me, I don't see the reason. I don't see other reason why you wouldn't go straight for EB1A or EB2NW for the green card, basically, right? I've never, to be honest, I've never done O1 for PhD, because I think it's not adequate unless there is some circumstances behind it. Okay, I would definitely tell you, look, for the sake of your finance, for the sake of stress, and you don't have to do with 2 cases and pay twice as much, let's go straight for the green card. Okay, that's what I think. And Jamie says, I'm PhD in social science for publication, some peer review, membership I can manage. Sure, yeah, absolutely. I think you also you also forgot to mention the dissertation, Jamie, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, if you have or don't have the dissertation. So yeah, that sounds like a EB1A case. And of course, maybe little tweaks here and there, but yeah, that's a green card. And Jamie, if you have not yet filled out the free evaluation form, that's how Daxpel started working with us. Let's like Sharon started working with us. Free evaluation form, and I'll drop you the link if a moderator does not. Make sure you fill that out. Mike, I want to apply E2. I'm not that academically strong, but have around 100K. Okay. And do property realtor work in my country. I'm a treaty country. Okay, can I show a realtor business and come to US on E2? Yes, I had cases like this. I had a bunch of clients from Canada in this type of businesses. So there is one difficulty. There is one difficulty for that. We cannot count the money that you spent on purchasing the properties as an investment because that investment is not at risk. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that. And there is an argument to make like, hey, yes, it's at risk. You may lose it partially, but the law is clear that to be at risk, the investment could be lost partially or wholly. Meaning you can lose the whole thing if something doesn't if something doesn't go right, if you don't direct and control your business properly. So when you purchase the property, yes, you have at risk, you have risk to lose it partially, but definitely not fully, not wholly. So yeah, but we can do the property management company, or like you said, brokerage or real estate company. A little bit hard to make the spendings up to the level, definitely not 100,000, but we can spend maybe 60 to 70 thousand dollars, and that's a good spending to have. And the rest, 20 to 30, maybe up to 40,000, just put on a checking account, have a business plan, and explain how you're gonna then build the company to bring the economical impact. Okay, Tanya, I'm MFIL from Pakistan, and I'm PhD candidate, 2 years in the degree, wanted to apply for EdTech for EB2NRW, but case got denied. Okay, so Tanya already filed, got denial. I will fill in your form and have hope from your firm. Yes, Tanya, let me take a look at that, because maybe EB2NRW is not the proper qualification for you. Okay, not to say that somebody have done a mistake. I didn't say anything yet, but I'm a firm believer that PhDs or someone who is close to PhDs, EB1As are much better case for two reasons. We have more criteria to satisfy, so it's a stronger case, and number two, it's a faster case, because the visibility for EB1A right now is current. And EB2NRW is like a year and a half wait, unless you're Indian, and if you're Indian, that's through the roof, like 12 years. But you already said that you're from Pakistan. By the way, Dexpel is from Pakistan as well. So you guys get in contact, Dexpel, get in contact with Tanya, exchange the information, and so maybe Dexpel could give a few recommendation or advice to Tanya. So let me guys drop you a link. I don't see moderator. Moderator is asleep, so let me get you the link. So I'll give you the O1 EB1A link for the free evaluation. It's here, and EB2NRW. Okay. So yeah. So Tanya, give your email to Dexpel, so you guys could get in contact. You guys both from Pakistan, so help each other out. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, let's switch the gears, guys, to green card lottery. So we touched on this topic many times before, but let's dig deep, and I want to give you my honest and sincere opinion on green card lottery, but I also want to give you a few caveats on that. So first of all, let's take a step back and remember, what is a green card lottery? So a green card lottery is the process, is the opportunity that US government gives to you and everybody else in the world to get the diversity green card and come to the States. So what's the idea behind this lottery? The US government understands and realizes that the country has been built and is still being built on the immigrants, right? The people who come from other countries. The only people who are native local Americans are Indians, right? The people who were here before British came and other nations. The government is willing to give that ticket to the new life to about 50,000 people every year. So for you to participate in this lottery, you need to submit the petition, which usually starts beginning like sometime in October and goes for about 30 days. The results are sometime in May of 2025. And then there's a process, if you won, there's a process to start things rolling. But if your number is above 30 to 35,000, the chances are that you're getting a green card is very low. Why? Because the 50,000 green card are not by the win, but by the number of the family members. Which means that if, let's say Dexpel wins a green card, he files this year, he wins it in May, and he has, hypothetically, right, a wife and 2 kids, right? So 4 people. That means that those 4 green cards are going to be taken from the whole number of 50 green cards, which means that other people who follow Dexpel have lower chances of getting those green cards. And the higher in the number it goes, the lower the chance. So not only it's a really low chance to win the green card lottery, that's like, different calculations, different years, but it's definitely not higher than 0.01%. Okay, very, very, very low chance of winning. So if you guys even win, that doesn't guarantee you get a green card. Okay, so, but with this being said, I encourage you to participate. I actually want you to participate, guys. You never know. You never know. Something happens, you win, things go right, you get the green card. Okay, and don't forget, if you're married, both you and your spouse have to fill out those petitions, those requests. Okay, so it's not one for the family, it's one per person, and you both are going to be mentioned in the petitions of the other person, of the other spouse. So you get a little more chances, a little higher chance to win. With this being said, that I'm a firm believer that you have to participate. I'm also a firm believer that's not something you want to rely on. Just for the mere reason that the chance is so low, and even if you win, the green cards may run out, and that's it. That's the end of story. Next year, okay? So, you fill out your papers in October. The results are in 7 months in May. So guys, if you go through the procedure of free evaluation and Stanislav tells you, listen, you have the potential in your case, which means that we can work with you for the next 6 months and get you approved with the chances above 90%. It's almost sinful not to do this. Because if you have this 90% plus, and for some visas like E2, when we changed the status for E2, I never had a denial in my career. And I'm the one to tell you guys, if an attorney says he never got a denial for a certain type of visa, don't believe him or don't believe her and run. I'm the one to tell you that with E2 and EB5 we have 100% approval rate. Okay, when you change the status. With EB5 both, status and through the embassy. With O1 is 99% chance of approval, right? So those are like unrealistic. Those are unrealistic chances, but that's the truth. And I'm sorry, guys, that's the truth with my company, right? With EB1A, EB2, 90%. 90%, all right? So, and why? Ask Daxpel. Okay, ask him. Daxpel, tell everybody how you went in your case. The deadlines, the team, you know what you're doing, the reviewing process, everybody's working in synergy, with the help with the PR agencies and things like that. Of course, we're getting the results because the amount of energy and the creativity we're putting in those cases, this is through the roof. No one is doing this. So yes, let's go back to the green card lottery. Absolutely, take a chance. But if you have other kids, start working on it. Okay, start working on it. You cannot rely and wait for 7 months to get the 0.1% of approval, where you have 90% plus almost guaranteed for any petition you will file. Okay. All right, now let me see what you guys have to ask, and then let's switch to the exact alternatives for the green card lottery. Abhik, when you say lottery green card, is it open for anyone? I thought that lottery was for H1 only. No, Abhik, absolutely. Google diversity DV lottery, 2025. And you'll see the website. It's there's all the instructions. You guys don't have to pay anyone to do this. There are a lot of services. Pay us $100, $200, $150. We'll help you out. Do it yourself. It's really easy, and there are a lot of YouTube videos explaining how to do this, how you upload the picture, and then this and that. So do it yourself. Spend one day, and you will be able to do this. So yeah, Epic, absolutely. H1B is a lottery in March, but it's a completely different story. H1B is a non-immigrant visa, and green card lottery is a green card, as it says in the name. So everybody can participate, with few exceptions, because there is a quota, there's a limit by countries in US immigration laws. So if one country just by as an act of God, like inadvertently gets a lot of wins, a lot of green cards, like let's say Pakistan may get like maybe more than other countries for the green card lottery. So once a country hits the limit for this country, then U.S. government closes the participation for citizens for that country for a few years, right? And then once that limit is spreads across the years, then they open up the participation to that country again. Okay, so yeah, everybody can participate. And what are the priority dates for this green card? Which category is this? I hope not the EB category. No. It's a separate category. It's a separate category. So we have family-based green cards, employment-based green cards, and we have diversity lottery green cards. Okay, so they have all a different approach, different statistics. So I'm not by any means, guys, a DV lottery guru. You know, I'm. Because I don't believe in a winning in that procedure. I focus on those visas where we have real chances of winning. So they tweak and change the criteria from year to year. So you need to use the updated instructions to participate. And trust me, you can do this. All of you can do this. Okay, if you were able to come to my stream and press those buttons, you're able to file for the green card lottery yourself. Okay, now let's discuss the real options, and I'm not gonna cover much the non-immigrant options like E2. We covered a little bit today. We covered a lot of O1 today, and maybe L1, L1A, and H1B are the non-immigrant options. You can always use them, guys. You can always do this. But because the green card, the diversity lottery is a green card, I believe that we need to focus on the visas that are real alternatives to this process. And all employment-based visas are the alternative to the green card lottery. However, only 2 of them are the options where we have everything under our control. Which are those? And you guys know it. You guys know it. Put it in the comment section, guys, which visas I'm talking about. You already know them. We always talk about them. So, and if you don't know, make a guess. Make a guess which categories, which exact categories and subcategories of visas I'm talking about now. Okay, and I know that there's the little gap between what I say, and with the timing when you hear it. So if someone is typing, it's gonna come up. Those visas are EB1A, the talent visa, and EB2 NIW. But Stanislav, why are those visas are the best alternatives to the green card lottery? Because these 2 are the only exception in employment-based category of green cards which do not require an employer. Yes, if there is an employer, we're gonna use it, but there is no requirement. So we may file those petitions as self-petition. Okay? So EB1A and EB2NIW. And that means that we do not have to rely on anybody else. Okay? Like EB1B, EB1C, EB2, EB3, EB4, and even EB5. If you go with the passive investment, you still have to rely on the original center. I think it's less risky than active, but still. So if we don't have to rely on an employer in the US, and we have all the tools and instruments to work on those petitions for the 6 months and get it up to the 90% of approval, you cannot miss this opportunity. Guys, you cannot miss that opportunity, especially if Stanislav told you, Jamie, Shannon, Dexpel, Abhig, you guys have the potential in your cases to improve them for the following 6 months and get them approved. You cannot rely on green card lottery to get that 0.01 chance of approval when you have those cases in your face, when everything is under our control. We have the processes of how to do those cases, how to improve them, make them stronger, and you do not have to rely on anybody else. Okay? So guys, the links to the free evaluation are in the chat for O1 EB1A and EB2NIW. So if you didn't do it yet, do it now. Don't wait till the green card lottery starts, till Thanksgiving comes, Halloween comes, Christmas, your kids coming back from school. No. Do it right now. And if I tell you, you have the potential in the case, and here is the visa, here is the criteria, come to the complex immigration planning, where I will build the written winning strategy for your case. That's how Dexpel started, that's how Shannon started, that's how all of you will start. It's not only your first step to bring the generational change to your family. But also those are the first steps to start working on your case. Okay? So your future generations, guys, your future unborn generations count on you. And they rely on you. So don't give up on them. Okay? Don't give up on them. You guys love it when I become philosophical, right? But it's true. It's true. You be the one to make that change. You will be the brave one. You will be the pioneer. And you will be the one to be remembered in your family and generations ahead. Not Stanislav. You will be remembering Stanislav. But your kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids will be remembering you to change their lives forever. So now it's your responsibility. And you guys now, if you didn't know it before, now you know it. Now you know. All right. Give me a few questions, guys. Give me a few questions. If you have any. If not, I'm ready to have my borscht. So I'm ready to have my lunch. I'll give you 10 seconds to come up with whatever questions, comments, recommendations, whatever you want. Just bring it on. You have. I'll give you a few more seconds. Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, let me bring one thing more up. I hope you guys been accumulating Bitcoin for the past 6-7 months, like I've been telling you to, because it looks like the Bitcoin is starting to break out of the range, which I think is logical in the presidential election year. So make sure if you have a position in Bitcoin, make sure you don't sell it. You don't sell it for $100,000. You don't sell it for $150,000. You don't sell it for $200,000. You don't sell it for $1 million. Why? Because if you need money, you will be able to borrow against it. And that's how rich become richer, wealthier. Okay? All right, so you guys, you know, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So let me see. Dexpel coming soon to meet you. Also would love to start working on the B1A. Yes, Dexpel. I'll see you tomorrow. Hassan, what are the prominent steps? What are the prominent steps to gain a green card? So I guess what Hassan is asking, what are the serious steps he needs to take to get the green card? Hassan, do the free evaluation for EB1A, EB2IW. And if your case doesn't have the potential, then take part in the diversity green card lottery. All right, guys, good stream. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Go to the free evaluation. Have a strong end of the week. Make tomorrow's Friday count for the future generations. All right? Everybody enjoy the rest of the week. And remember, your future begins here. Good luck.